Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for always watching, and thank you so much for asking me questions or asking me to be talking about various things that you would like me to talk about. I received various questions from various people who were inquiring about me reading my personal statements. Those people are applying to Oxford, Cambridge, and other universities. But what I have to say is that I have already read my personal statements that I used when I applied for Oxford, both for my master's and for my PhD. I have already read those personal statements. So if you haven't found them, I should embed the link in here and then in the description box. Today, I'll be reading for you my personal statement that contributed to where I am. I mean, it really, I don't know how much it contributed, but it contributed to, it contributed to my, acquisition or obtaining of a PhD, a fully funded PhD. I still can't believe it, but yeah, that's life. So I'm going to read for you what I wrote, and afterwards I'll be showing you. I won't be able to read my citations, but when I show you the document at the end of the video, or after I'm done with reading, you will be able to see how I cited my information, and I'll be giving you some kind of useful tips when you're writing your personal statements. Yeah. So let's start. Personal statement as the heading. My name is Anait Nakas, and I am currently lecturing at Uganda Christian University in Uganda. I grew up in a poor village where numerous health problems threatened and continue to threaten people of all ages. Before joining high school, I was stunned to hear how malaria spreads and kills people from a doctor who visited my area to educate us. However, the doctor's explanations left me unsatisfied, and this fueled my innate curiosity to study biology and chemistry through to university level to find the answers to my questions of why and how. For the last 12 years of studying biology, cancer biology, neurobiology, cell biology, molecular biology, radiation biology, immunobiology, and genetics have been particularly interesting to me. And through these subjects, I came to understand that knowing how and how things occur inside our bodies is key to diagnosing and treating numerous health problems in our society. Paragraph 2. In 2009, I lost my sister to leukemia because we were unaware such cancer even existed, so she delayed going to the hospital. Besides, no one had the money for treatment. After I lost her, cancer studies became a passion. I found myself wondering about the inducers of cancers, how they escape the immune system, survive and spread, and the possible therapies to kill them. Next paragraph. In 2018, I interned with the Uganda Cancer Institute, the only cancer care facility in Uganda, where I learned about cancer care and treatment and also acquired skills in critical thinking, teamwork, and leadership. Surprisingly, they had only one radiotherapy machine, yet the number of patients who needed radiotherapy was overwhelming and increased daily. In 2019, I interned with the Partners in Health at Butaro Cancer Center of Excellence in Rwanda, where I learned about local cancer prevention and treatment and laboratory techniques, including sample handling and processing. There, radiotherapy was unavailable, so patients had to travel to the Army Hospital in the capital. Next paragraph. During my undergraduate studies at the University of Tsukuba, Japan, I joined a cancer biology laboratory where I examined the relationship between accumulated mitochondrial DNA mutations, mitochondrial dysfunction, and inflammation in mice. This project honed my research skills, including creative and critical thinking, data analysis and interpretation, bolstered my resilience through 10-hour-long daily experiments, and improved my knowledge in cancer and the immune system through weekly presentations on published research papers in that field. Altogether, the knowledge and skills I obtained in Uganda, Rwanda, and Japan transformed my perspective to see cancer as something preventable and curable if detected early enough. However, I noted a dire need to first broadly understand the biology of these stubborn cancers, the mechanisms of cancer treatments, and the body responses after these treatments, especially radiotherapy. Next paragraph. Throughout my master's degree in radiation biology at the University of Oxford, I sharpened my research skills and developed a substantial understanding of cancer development, the tumor microenvironment, and cancer treatment, predominantly with radiotherapy. Radiotherapy is considered to be a major treatment modality used to combat human tumors, and it is received by about 60% to 70% of cancer patients worldwide as part of their treatment. Citation. Apart from causing DNA damage, radiotherapy can alternatively kill tumors by inducing anti-tumor inflammatory responses. My area of interest lies in the inflammatory responses upon ionizing radiation, and presently I am reading various published research papers on immuno-oncology whilst taking a short online course called Introduction to Immunology. Apart from my lecturing work, I support the pediatric department at the Uganda Cancer Institute to promote childhood cancer awareness, mainly in East Africa. In Uganda, head cancers remain the most common and the major cause of death among children. Citation. Globally, there are more than 500,000 head and neck cancer cases every year, and they are majorly treated with radiotherapy either before or after surgery. However, despite the advancements in radiotherapy, between 50% and 90% of patients that survive past 6 months of the treatment develop neurocognitive impairments that are linked to radiation exposure. Under the supervision of all my supervisors, I have many, I'm so lucky. I intend to work on the radiation-induced vascular inflammation following brain radiotherapy, where I envision dissecting the mechanisms of injury and impact on cognitive decline. It is reported that ionizing radiation can disrupt the blood-brain barrier, a process that changes neurovascular coupling and promotes immune cell infiltration. In this project, I will aim to determine the contribution of vascular inflammation to long-term deterioration of cognition after radiotherapy, the timing and the mechanisms involved. I believe that the successful completion of this project will enlarge our understanding of the immune system responses upon irradiating head and neck cancers and allow us to identify potential druggable targets for cancer therapy. Last paragraph. After my PhD, I want to pursue an academic career where I want to be part of the team of oncology researchers who fight to improve cancer management through research and education. If I am kindly granted a place to do my PhD at the University of Manchester, I will look forward to widening my knowledge about the biology of cancers and the immune system responses after radiotherapy while developing into an independent cancer researcher. In the future, I want to set new standards for cancer care in developing nations like Uganda, obliterate the myth that cancer is incurable, and ensure that all people obtain quality education and services for cancer irrespective of their socioeconomic status. Thank you for considering my application. Yes, so that's the end of my personal statement, guys. Let's have a look. How many paragraphs do we have? One paragraph, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, I have about 7 paragraphs, but it's not a must for you to have all those paragraphs, depending on the project you're applying to and the length. Because for some universities, you will have guidelines and they will say you shouldn't exceed 500 words or 1000 words. Depending on those guidelines, you will write your personal statement. Yes. But what can I say? Well, it's always important for you to show passion when you're writing this, and this passion should be, connecting to anything, maybe a personal story, maybe an experience you've gone through, maybe after doing an internship or anything really, because it's really hard to want to do something out of the blue, right? Right? Yeah. So you should have passion for it and you need to find a way of indicating this. For example, I indicated, why I want to be involved in this, immuno-oncology thing, after I lost a relative to cancer. And I indicated that. So show your passion in writing. And then try to show why you want that project, because oncology is wide, right? I can be working on cancer, but on different cancers, different systems, different mechanisms, right? But why do you specifically want that project? Indicate that. And then try to sell yourself out. Why are you the best candidate? Do you have any experiences? I mean, have you done anything or any work that is related to this? For PhD candidates, try to show if your maybe your master's or your undergrad projects, link up to this project, or maybe what you've been doing or what you do links up well to this project, try to show that in writing and try to show them what you want to do in the future. It's always good for people to know what you want to do after this, it's a very common question in interviews. I think I should make a separate video, telling about my interview experience both at Oxford and at Manchester. Yeah, I think I should make a separate video. People always want to know what you want to do after this. And yeah, that's all. And learn how to write, because you might be able to have all these. You might have all these answers, but you might not be able to put them in writing, in a very flowing manner. So try to invest some time in your writing. Yes, and do some research. Yes. And for those who are applying to UK, for those who are applying for PhDs in the UK, I mean, according to my experience, in most cases, supervisors have the projects. They advertise them actually. Yes. You can go to find PhD Finder. Yeah, find a PhD something. Yeah, that website. They always, advertise the PhD projects. And the good thing is that supervisors have written the proposals. You understand? So there's no need for you to be like, oh my goodness, how can I come up with a proposal? I mean, it's so easy to write a personal statement when there is a proposal, because at some point you're going to borrow some information from the proposal and embed it here to match your interests, right? It just helps you to understand more about the project, and it shows the readers that you really know the project you're applying for. So yeah, borrow some information, because I know I borrowed some information and some citations from my supervisor's project. Yeah, yeah, those major things. Yeah. So good luck with that. Remember that there are so many capable, suitable, brilliant candidates who are applying for this. So don't be like, oh, this is good enough. Send the best. That's what I can say. All right, guys. Bye. So here is my personal statement.